In this podcast episode, Piers Morgan, a prominent British journalist and media personality, discusses his career trajectory and recent ventures with Jordan Peterson. Morgan has transitioned from traditional media to the online space, particularly YouTube, where he hosts Piers Morgan Uncensored. This move reflects the changing landscape of media consumption, with Morgan noting that his YouTube content often garners millions of views, compared to the hundreds of thousands on linear television. Morgan's career has spanned various roles, including newspaper editor, talent show judge, and television host. He emphasizes that his journalistic background has been the common thread throughout his diverse career paths. His ability to identify talent and interesting stories has served him well in roles such as judging on Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent. Morgan expresses that his current phase in online journalism is the most interesting of his entire career. He appreciates the freedom and global reach that platforms like YouTube offer. His show focuses on bringing together people with opposing views for passionate debates on various topics. He sees this as rebuilding an atmosphere of genuine democracy where vigorous, open debate can take place. He highlights the importance of allowing people from both sides of an argument to express their views, acting as a ringmaster to facilitate these discussions. Morgan believes this approach serves a real need for the public, who want to hear unfiltered, uncensored opinions and debates about topics they're curious about or feel ill-informed about. Morgan criticizes the current culture of virtue signaling and political correctness. He recounts an incident during the Black Lives Matter movement where he was criticized for not participating in a Black Square social media trend. He argues that such performative gestures often lack substance, and that his role as a journalist discussing these issues on air was more impactful. He expresses concern about the tribalism fostered by social media, where people with different views often resort to trying to destroy each other rather than engage in meaningful dialogue. Morgan sees his role as trying to make people understand that it's fine to be passionate and argue one's case with emotion, but facts and truth should not be ignored or denied. Morgan discusses his experiences as a judge on talent shows like Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent. He credits Simon Cowell for recognizing his ability to judge talent from a journalistic perspective. He emphasizes the importance of being right in his judgments at least 80% of the time to maintain credibility with the audience. He highlights the strictly meritocratic nature of these shows and how they resonate with the public. Morgan uses the example of Susan Boyle to illustrate how these shows can uncover extraordinary talent in unexpected places and the judge's role in protecting and nurturing that talent. Morgan shares his thoughts on the current political situation in the UK, particularly focusing on the new Labour government led by Keir Starmer. He describes Starmer as a fundamentally decent self-made man who has risen from humble beginnings to become the country's top politician. He believes Starmer is more pragmatic than ideological and is likely to occupy the center ground politically. However, Morgan expresses concerns about Starmer's economic policies, particularly the potential tax the rich strategy, which he fears could lead to a brain drain. He also notes the significant challenges facing the UK, including a struggling healthcare system, rising crime rates, and environmental issues. Morgan discusses Nigel Farage and the Reform UK Party, expressing personal disappointment in Farage due to a perceived betrayal involving an interview with Donald Trump. He characterizes Farage as a skilled communicator, but questions whether he can deliver on his promises. He sees the rise of Reform UK as indicative of the Conservative Party's breakdown in trust with the electorate. Looking to the future, Morgan expresses a desire to expand his Uncensored brand globally. He's interested in taking his show on tour, hosting live debates in front of large audiences around the world. He sees this as an opportunity to bring uncensored opinions and debates to a public that is hungry for such content. He also mentions plans for writing another book and continuing his work on crime documentaries. Overall, Morgan aims to be known as someone who brought proper debate back to the forefront, providing a platform for diverse voices and helping viewers form more informed opinions. The conversation concludes with a discussion on the importance of truth and authenticity in public discourse. Morgan advises aspiring media personalities to be authentic, arguing that being true to oneself is the most powerful tool one can have. He emphasizes the need for a thick skin in the modern era of social media, where even benign statements can attract criticism and trolling. Morgan and Peterson agree on the value of speaking one's mind truthfully, even if it comes at a cost. They suggest that the consequences of truthful speech are intertwined with one's destiny and that authenticity is key to connecting with an audience and thriving in life.